Welcome back to FilmFloggers. We review films and flog dead horses, so you don't have to. Is this week's film choice a complete waste of your viewing time? Much like flogging/beating dead horses, get it? Please head over to www.filmfloggers.com to check out all of our previous floggings. And while you're there, maybe hang out for a while, look around and vote for our next film. Click on vote, or visit www.filmfloggers.com/vote. Are you an idiot? If so, please check out our Idiot's Guide to Reviewing Us, where even a big dummy like you can leave us a red-hot review. Here at FilmFloggers, we pride ourselves on offering 1-star content with 5-star effort. Once on the website, please click on Idiot's Guide, or visit us at www.filmfloggers.com/review-us. That should have been Idiot's Guide. My fault, I didn't change the URL. Annoying. Once again, filmfloggers.com/review-us. Believe it or not, we now have a Patreon. I know what you're thinking. You have the audacity to ask us to pay to receive more of this. Pause for dramatic effect. Yes. We have a Patreon exclusive show called Nitpickers. I think you'll like it. Please visit www.filmfloggers.com/support-us. Again, that hyphen is annoying, should have removed it. Or head straight to our Patreon page. Patreon.com/filmwafflers. No idea why I did film wafflers. Another mistake. Where you can support us for as little as £1 British or $1.50. And while you're on the website, punch that big purple subscribe button and tell a friend about the flog. Wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, mistress, your nan, granddad, your kids. They can tell their friends. They can tell their friends at school about the flog. But in all seriousness, this really helps the podcast grow and enables us to enrich or ruin the lives of the hundreds of millions of earlobes we haven't reached yet. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh, is he doing the sound check? You always try so hard, don't you? And it never works. Ever. Yep, I'm here. I don't know why you insist on doing that 30 seconds, because it never works.
Okay, quickly, let's go.
I need to put my timer. Get my timer ready. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Let's just get into it.
Hold on now. What do I need to do?
It's
timer.
Loud. Why does it sound loud? I've not turned it up. I've not turned it down. On this single track, it seems like it's quiet for some reason, so maybe I need to turn it up. But if I turn it up too much, it's just going to sound like we're screaming. Oh, God. Oh, God. I should look at that noise gate again at some point. That would really help with the mic bleed as well. That's the annoying thing. Anyway, please.
You ready?
No.
Right, what are we doing, Ben? You can introduce it this time, Ben, because I'm bored of introducing it.
No, quickly. What are the rules and stuff?
I don't know the rules.
Let's go.
Jesus
what
Christ,
episode's this,
flogging
like
15, I don't know, 100.
14 or 15 or something?
100, Jesus, it feels like fucking a million.
Well, I'm not making a note of what's what. The order's just going to come in the order. There's no, this is episode 13 of Flogoween, of Flogtober. I don't know. You get what you're given, basically.
Right, whatever he dumps out, you get. So we're doing flogging 15 minutes of flog. Thank you, got it right. Where we do films in 15 minutes.
I'd say
basically.
Maybe just sit back from the mic a little bit.
Not a problem, Ben. It's just my hair is in a bun and there's kind of not much room.
Yeah, well, when we get a studio, it'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, first 5 minutes we talk about the director, the movie itself and the actors. Then we move on to the next 9.5 minutes where we do 3 pieces of trivia, which is more than 3.
We're not doing the tree anymore, are we? We're not doing that because we spoke about that on, I don't know, Freddie. What was the last one we did?
I don't know.
We spoke about it at some point. We're just doing trivia.
Yeah.
And so that will give more scope to use Happy Halloween maybe more as well.
Oh, well, I didn't realise that. I can have free win.
It's changing. Well, that's what you talk about. As I said,
cool. I've got quite a bit in this
all
one.
your conversation is
Trivia.
So
yeah, anyways. And if someone is rambling, such as Ben, we have our Happy Halloween.
Let's try and get rid of those Fuck.
And yeah, the last 30 seconds, Ben shits himself. And that's it, folks.
Oh, hang on. I need to make sure I've turned it down a little bit. Now we're doing the single track.
Oh, yes, of course, Ben.
Again, I don't know how it works, but now we can actually hear the countdown timer from the roadcaster. So in one ways, it's good. I'm happy about it, but in some ways, it's not.
You should just do a Happy Halloween on the thing then, on the roadcaster, if we can both hear it.
Yeah, but then I've got to press it every time.
Oh, that's such effort. You've got one goal, Ben.
Oh,
anyhow,
no, I'll read that.
So what are we doing? Is that it? Do I need to say anything else? No, I don't think I do. Is there anything you'd like to add in? Ben's killing himself doing 31 films in 31 days.
Come on, let's keep
something.
the energy up. Energy's got to be. Come on, let's keep it up.
Yeah, Ben, sees you over there. You look half dead in the corner.
It's fun. This is fun.
Right. So shall I set the timer?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Go, go, go!
So today we are doing House of Wax in 1953, scored a 7.1 on the IMDb. This is actually a remake of Mystery of the Wax Museum in 1933. Did you know that?
Is it?
Yes. Not wonderful. Yeah. So an associate burns down a wax museum with the owner inside, who survives and repopulate his destroyed wax museum by murdering people and using their wax-coated corpses on display.
He does what? He
Repopulates.
Oh, right.
Directed by André Dutot. Yeah, that's all I've got on him.
Yeah, no other films?
No, because it is an old film, Ben, so I'm not really up to date with these films. But I do know it was Warner Brothers' first 3D movie, directed by himself, who was blind in one eye and actually could not see the effects of the 3D.
Oh, right.
Very interesting. Then we've got the horrific Kathy, who is played by Caroline Jones. She is more so known for her stunt in Addams Family series 1964 to 1966.
Oh, really?
Yep. She was a smoker. She used to smoke 3 packs a day. She gave that up to sing, but that failed. But she still stopped smoking. Then you've got Phyllis Kirk as Sue Allen.
Who is she playing Addams Family? Morticia,
of course.
Right.
Yeah, she dyed her hair black. Then you've got Phyllis Kirk as Sue Ellen, who is Kathy's friend in this movie. Not much information
Okay,
about her.
happy Halloween. Let's get to Vincent Price.
Vincent Price as Professor Henry Gerard.
God, you're very, very loud. Everyone's very loud today.
This movie made him a horror icon, a horror movie icon. He is known to play House on the Haunted Hill, 59, The Fly, 1958. He also plays the inventor, which we've done in Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, that's all I've got on him. What would you like to add on him, Ben?
Well, he's
you
great,
seem to know a lot about him.
Well, he's great, isn't he, Vincent Price?
Well, I don't really know him.
He embodies what old classic horror. Well, it depends what. Classic horror will be different for everyone, won't it? For some, it will be 20s and 30s horror and Dracula and Frankenstein and all that stuff. Others, it will be Vincent Price, 50s, 60s, 70s.
Well, it depends what era you're talking about, doesn't it? Yeah.
The reason he's so good is because he always could strike a good balance between being cheesy and being genuinely quite, menacing, quite terrifying a bit much. But, well, maybe some films. I've not seen probably enough Vincent Price films. I've seen a fair few.
Apparently he was very hard to cast and producers and directors were reluctant to get him on the screen because of his height. He's 6'4" in height, and they didn't like the idea of him being taller than the actual main stars of the films.
Right.
Apparently.
Well, old Christopher Lee was pretty tall, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
Dracula.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yes.
I suppose that's what makes him a bit more menacing, doesn't it, as well? Being someone tall and towering over you.
Well, yeah, that added to the films he was in, his character and stuff. And I think he's one of the few people that's been able to play well both sides, a villain and a hero. So it's good. House of Wax is interesting because he starts off as, not a hero, but he starts off as a seemingly good guy who's obsessed with his work, who then, due to the fire and due to his work being destroyed, becomes a villain and becomes,
a tyrant.
Horrible.
A tyrant. I like that word, tyrant. So actually, there was a movie prior to this who did 3D effects in it, but it was never really recognised. So there was a movie in 1915, and there was also another movie in 1920 called The Power of Love. But this is the first recognised 3D film that actually was successful.
Right, okay. What other films was he in? So he was in...
He's still on, Vincent. Okay.
The Pit and Pendulum.
You've only got 45 seconds.
The Last Man on Earth. Witchfinder General, which I haven't seen, which apparently is...
Top notch.
To some of his best stuff. The Tingler. Haven't seen that either. You said The Fly.
I did.
What's the one where he's like in a satanic cult? The Red something? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, very good. Very, very good.
So you said at the beginning, so we're moving on, Ben. So you said at the beginning...
We're into the meat, right.
Yeah, we're into the meat of it. We've only got 16 seconds left. So when it starts off, he's a bit weird. You said that he's kind of like a hero, isn't he, with doing this? But he's got kind of a sexual fascination with his dolls.
Is it sexual?
His mannequins. Well... The things he says, I've done her loads of times when he's talking about Marie Antoinette. I know he means he's made her loads of times. And then when he's there touching her and I forget myself at times while he's rubbing the doll's leg.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's just a bit weird.
He just loves his work.
Yeah. Bit weird. Bit weird of an obsession.
Well, then it flips, doesn't it?
Well,
so, because of what happens, that obsession continues, but now he's full of hatred and he wants to give
Well, wouldn't you be if someone destroyed your life?
Well, yes, but he's reluctant. The whole morbid stuff with the horror, he's initially reluctant when the film starts to engage in that. What's the guy called? What's the guy who betrays him, burns down the place?
Didn't write that down.
Don't know what he's got right. So his partner, he says, oh, Vincent, we need to, like Madame Tussauds in London, they've got this horror room. We should start doing that. And he's like, oh, no, I don't want to do that, no. I'm not interested in that. The morbid stuff, the horror stuff, no interest. And then that quickly, because of obviously what happens, gets his revenge on the partner. Pretty good.
So just a quick point on that scene with
Which one?
The fire scene. So the fire in the opening scene spread wildly out of control while filming. Before filming, the team threw spot fires in certain locations and they lost control of the fire, which merged into a massive inferno. However, Andre had to keep filming because the mannequins would have been too hard to replace.
Can we only still say
Yes.
Happy Halloween once?
Only once.
I
then.
said it way too early.
Go on.
Proud as punch over there when you get a bit of trivia out. Look at you. Like you've done something great.
Go on. What else do you have to say about
Right, so
Phil?
yes, Vincent Price.
Why do you still talk about Prince and fucking Price?
Well, he's the star of the show, isn't he?
Well,
He's
yes, that's true.
only person really worth talking about.
No, that's true. Oh, well, what about Caroline?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, Kathy.
What's she doing?
Oh,
What's the noise? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, she's horrific.
Yes.
I hated her from the first scene that I seen her in. I hated her. She's just annoying.
It's sickening, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad. What's the... Well, where do we want to start with this? About opening scene again, very quickly. The burning of the wax models. Mannequins, wax models, these sort of things, even though they're not real, in certain settings, they do still look very weird, very real. At the end, when the lights are off and it's dark and it's flashing between the different waxworks, it's like, oh, that's pretty unnerving. You obviously get the sort of slapstick bit with Igor when he puts his head next to the other ones, and you're like, oh, hang on, I think that's Igor. Charles Bronson, that is. Can you believe
Charles
that?
Bronson,
I didn't even realise that was until afterwards.
And Sue Ellen, the one, he said she had no fond memories of filming with him.
Yeah, he's pretty
gruesome. Gross.
Well,
whatever.
I don't know, gruesome. I think he takes his craft very seriously, Charles Bronson.
Mm.
Yes, I can't imagine he's a barrel of laughs.
Yes, a bit like yourself.
Yes. Right, what were you saying? Sorry.
So, in order to do what he does, Vincent, in the thing, so he has to embalm the body first.
Yeah, hang on. So with the old embalming stuff, what's the setup? They're in the morgue. Does that happen?
Yes.
To that effect? It can spring up.
I'm not sure about that,
Right.
but embalming is a chemical liquid that reaches every corner of the body and it reacts with the body's tissue. Then Vincent would have had to do a procedure called adipocer, which is corpse wax, and it preserves the body in a way that facial features can be recognised years to come. So with the embalming and the corpse wax, it shouldn't smell, because that was one of my queries, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
right. So that explains that then.
Yes. Did my research, honey.
Oh, of course. Yes. So we see this disfigured man, and we're like, well, it's got to be Vincent, hasn't it? Like,
Well, yeah.
Who else can it be? But then you're still not quite sure, because you're like, well,
Vincent's in a wheelchair.
when you see him a bit later, you're like, oh, well, there he
His
is.
face is fine.
And I think that's good. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, of course, he's got a wax fucking mask on. Of course he has.
I thought it was
But-
the other way around, didn't I? I thought that it was a fucked up face he was wearing.
Oh, right, yes.
That's what I thought.
That probably makes more, that would make more sense, yeah. But it's very good. Right until the end, it is a plot twist. Oh, fuck me, Christ. No way.
There he is.
That does make sense, because
He's
surely
burned.
in that fire, the hands were the only thing that got burned. Is hard to believe. But I don't mind the bit when he's running around and he's Jack the Ripper-esque when he's running through the streets. It goes on a bit much when he's chasing her, because they just
Yes.
keep doing loops of it. So maybe cut that down by 30 seconds.
What's the limp about? He's got this limp when he's walking
Well,
around.
I don't know. Is it all part of the act?
Or maybe. It's quite a shocker when he gets up out of the wheelchair and just walks, isn't it, at the end?
Well, yes, it's all
Just like,
it's,
woof.
it's all pretty done. Yeah.
Vincent, sit back down, hon.
The practical effects of the mask is very good. I mean, that's effective. That works.
Yeah.
Do you know
Looks
what I mean?
fairly real.
1953. It's just again top notch.
Apparently the mask that he was wearing, he wasn't allowed to go into certain shops with that, because it was quite scary at the time.
What shops?
When he was only allowed to go into certain areas.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
You mean in away from set?
He had to take it off, or he wasn't allowed into other places. That's what they said on the trivia, Ben.
Oh, God, it's just
It's what they said on the trivia.
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah,
So,
probably.
anyways, this movie was given a 1.5 million budget and a 60-day shooting schedule. It was done in 28 days for $650,000. It
Bargain.
It was the made box office history by pulling in 5.5 million, while at the time the cost of a movie ticket was 49 cents a ticket.
Right. So you said that this made
Made him to be a true horror icon, Vincent, apparently.
That's interesting. Yeah. I suppose it's 53, so it's still reasonably early, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I think some of his best work or more well-known work probably came after 53, 60s and maybe early 70s. So, yeah, I think for me, it's hard to say. Is it my favourite Vincent Price? It's up there. In some ways, it's a bit of a shame that we couldn't watch the remake. I say a bit of a shame. The remake, it stinks. It stinks. It's too long.
Paris Hilton's in it.
Well, and you can't really compare them. So I said
they're not similar at all, apparently.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, proceed then.
You've just hit your nose on the microphone and you've butted in what I was saying, and that's causes issues on the single track. And
proceed.
And I was just about to say, yes, you can't compare them.
Mm-hmm.
They were the words that come out of my mouth, and you butted in. Yeah, please, Fiona. Well, you butted in.
We just know each other. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Yes. So in some ways, there was no point to watch that one and then have this episode of two back-to-back 15-minute vlogs.
Yeah.
Because they're very different. And I don't, we're quite short on time, so. It's
quite a slasher film, isn't it?
I don't really want to have The House of Wax 2005 as another episode, to be honest. At some point.
No.
There's it's worth watching. It's a different take, and there's a few people in there that are worth talking about, so.
So just my last point to make. It was the highest grossing 3D movie until The Stewardesses came out in 1969. And apparently today, one of the Star Wars films is the most.
Oh, which grossing. Star Wars one, Fiona?
I have no
Mr.
idea.
Mackles will be very upset.
I have no idea. I didn't read that far into it.
Right.
And that's from memory. So
right.
I did well to remember that.
Right. What else have we got then? What else? Practical effects, very good. Oh, God, what about the ending? The abrupt, tonally just horrific ending. It becomes slapstick. Everyone's making all these
they're making all these jokes.
What are they doing?
What's the crack with that?
Oh, it's so jarring. Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
What's the jokes again? What did it say? I can't remember.
Stuff about the head, her head, and stuff about the other head will grow a beard by the time it gets out of prison. It's just junk. Filthy
there's no
junk.
Need for that. They were probably trying to end on a light note.
Why?
I don't know.
But it was so jarring. End on slapstick shit if you want and throw a couple of jokes in, but it's, oh God.
Yep.
It almost ruined, maybe a bit OTT, but it was just stinks. Absolutely stunk. Not for me. Don't know why I did that. I think this film in some ways it does verge into more of sort of a mystery with the horror elements thrown in. So again, it's not out and out horror. There's horror stuff to it.
Would you have any interest going into a wax museum like that? See locals being killed? Because that's what he does, isn't he?
No one else knows it, do they?
Well, no, but that's what he does. He recreates the locals' deaths.
Would I be interested? Oh, right. I thought you meant get right. Okay, right.
No,
yes.
Yeah, your man hanging there in the corner.
I'm not. This whole Madame Tussauds thing is. I can't stand it. I've not been to the one in London.
I haven't been.
Me and my mum went to one in Washington. I think they're junk.
I'm not keen on. Well, I haven't been. But
I think they're really fucking lame. Actually, they suck.
Oh right.
Yeah, they suck.
So you're not going to visit Vincent's House of Wax anytime soon?
If it was Vincent and I knew they were real bodies, I'd be like, yeah, I'll have some of that. But no, not Madame Tussauds and all that, just rubbish. I've just got no interest standing next to, like Elvis. Yeah.
Or having afternoon tea with the Queen.
Oh,
we see quite a lot of that as well, don't we?
No, not for me. Not for me.
All right.
God, here we go.
Right, what do you think, Ben?
It's not that loud this week.
What do you think?
Yeah, Vincent Price, fantastic.
Of the movie.
Yes. Vincent Price, fantastic. The House of Wax, really good film, really good stuff, practical effects, the idea of going to taking corpses and turning them into wax models is, I like it. Really good classic horror, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
My turn, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Enjoyed probably talking about it more so than watching it. Thanks.
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, there's my alarm going.
Glad I gave you 5 seconds.
Dismiss.
Oh, these 15 minutes. I forget. I just forget because, that was just getting into it.
I think that was actually quite an interesting topic.
Yeah. Well, it's a good film. It's a very good film. So, but this is what's hard. I was just getting into it.
Yeah, thank God.
I'm making, several hundred points, but I want to then go, right, so going back to this point. So this is
what I
really want to say about it and really get into the nitty-gritty.
But you can't say
the fucking countdown timer goes.
Yeah. I mean, every single time that that timer goes, we're just, oh, shit.
Well, it's just annoying because I'm not finished.
Yeah, well,
I'm not finished, Fiona.
Well.
Far from it.
Anyways, where can you find us, Ben?
Yes, please. Let's get it done.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
No this week.
No, I'm taking that out. I'm learning.
Stop punching the mic.
Not on TikTok anymore because he hates it. FilmFloggers.
Can you do TikTok?
No, I don't understand it. FilmFloggers, but we don't do FilmFloggers because I hate it.
We will be playing Overcooked, the DLC, the Halloween stuff. We'll be doing that at the very least, maybe until dawn.
Good pods. We're on there. Don't forget to like and share. Leave a comment. and stuff.
The enthusiasm is just, it's electric, isn't it? I think people are going to go, well, these people deserve a like and share, don't they? They deserve a review.
Yeah, thank you.
They deserve some of my time.
And don't forget to leave your 15-second reviews.
Yes.
Woo! There you go. Is that better, Ben?
For any film you want, yes. Yeah.
I don't know what's your plan on with them? What's your plan with these?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
No idea.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Was there anything you want to add?
No. Well, of course there is, yeah. I've just got to be quiet. I've just got to lean over and just turn it off. Anything I wanted to add? What do you think?
Hello and welcome to What's Our Seat Number. If you're listening to this trailer, you're deciding whether or not you're going to listen to this podcast.
Good.
But chances are we've lost you already.
Good. Wait, what? No, come on, Matt. What?
Well, I mean, it takes what, like 10 seconds for people to lose interest in things? I am not being defeatist. They've gone already. It's for now.
Now they are, because we started arguing, so we've both sort of driven them out.
Well, go on then. Tell the dead air who we are.
Okay, the dead air.
The dead air.
The cadaver.
The people who aren't listening anymore.
I'm taking control. You introduce yourself, and then I'll introduce myself, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing, right? It's going to sound more professional that way. Go.
Okay. I'm Johnny Gross. I'm a filmmaker and a film fan and fanatic and obsessive.
Good. Very good. That was very well done. Very professional. You sounded like you're in control and almost like you know who you are.
All right then. And who are you?
I'm Sai. I'm a 3D artist and a game designer, a film fan. I'm your brother as well.
Really?
So we're going to be talking about some of our favourite movies and hopefully some of yours as well. There's going to be trivia behind the scenes.
Do you want to tell the listeners why we've called this podcast What's Our Seat Number?
You really came to the right person with fielding this question, because I feel that I can take this story and really bring it to life. Okay, so one time we went to go and see a film in the cinema and I asked, what's our seat number?
Fantastic.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I did it for you.
It's great.
If you want to hear more, you can check out the rest of our episodes. We're hosted by Podbean, but you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music or Audible, TuneIn, Alexa, Listen Notes, and now on iHeartRadio, Player FM, and Podchaser. So pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please don't forget to review, like, and rate, and keep listening, because the more you listen, the more we'll be able to produce. Bye.
Ta-ta.